Good morning, squad. Today is our final day of Vlogtober. So today is Saturday. I've already been to a meeting with my photography partner and it went really well. I learned a lot of good things, just feel like I'm getting better all the time. So we did that, and then now I am getting ready to start preparations for the pumpkin carving party. So I mentioned that this is something that my family does every year. It's just kind of a Halloween tradition. I really look forward to doing it. So what I'm getting ready to do is put some soup in the crock pot. Actually, the video that is going up today when I'm filming this was my fall meal lineup. And on Mondays throughout the fall and winter, we are doing soup night. And one of the soups that I mentioned, I think it was the first one I mentioned, was Crockpot cream cheese chicken chili. It's a mouthful to say, but it's really one of those super easy recipes where you just dump cans of stuff on top of chicken and just let it go. And so it's kind of become a staple for the pumpkin carving party, so I'm going to get that started now. The other things that I have to do today, there's quite a few actually. So I'm making several sweet treats to go in the Halloween tin. If you guys remember, I bought this Halloween tin as part of the $5 Goodwill challenge, and if you didn't see that video, I will link it down below and up here in the cards. But I really want to get the most use out of that tin, and so whenever I made that video, I made the 7-layer bars, which I just love. So I'm gonna make those, but I'm also making brownies that have ghosts on them, and I am making monster cookies. So the monster cookies take priority first because the dough has to set up. So I'll probably go ahead and make those also and then put them in the fridge. The brownies were made last night, so all we have to do is add the ghosts to the top of them. I've never done this before, but it's something cute that I saw on Pinterest, so I'll show you that. And then I just have to make those layer bars. So those might be made during nap time. I'm going to make the soup, and then I'm actually headed over to my mom's just to help her kind of clean and prepare for the party. So yeah, the other thing that I have to do is put Abram's costume together. Okay, so he hasn't really been decisive about what he wanted to be, but his cousins are going to be Odd Squad agents from the PBS show Odd Squad, and he decided that's what he wants to be too. So we really just last minute picked up some things at the thrift store and we're going to put it together. And I washed everything yesterday. I need to iron the things, but the main thing that I need to do is make him a necktie. It's a bright red necktie is what it's supposed to be. At the thrift store, I couldn't find any bright red tie, but I did find a lot of bright red fabric. So I am going to attempt to make him a tie for his costume today. I know it's really short notice. So we'll see how it turns out. He's pretty easy to please. I don't think he really cares. And honestly, they're not going to be wearing their costumes the whole evening because it's going to get really cold. So they'll probably wear their costumes, get pictures, and then change into warmer clothing. All right, let's go get this soup in the crock pot. kids are napping. They've been napping for a little while now. I just made the little ghosts to go on the brownie. I did do pretzels on part of the brownies. I've never tried that before. And so to go over the pretzels, I just drizzled some white chocolate and then I did some of the M&Ms and eyes. I did that because I ran out of time to do the monster cookies. I wanted to make that cookie dough earlier, but I really felt like my mom needed my help, and so it'll be fine. There's gonna be plenty of stuff there. I'm making the chicken chilies in the crock pot at my mom's. Oh, I need to tell her to turn that on low. I better text her. Okay, so actually my mom had already turned my crock pot to low, so that's good. I started the chili a little bit later than I wanted to, so I wanted to crank it up to high to get it to that boiling, like simmering point, then turn it down to low instead of just leaving it on low and it taking so long to heat up, especially since my chicken was partially frozen. So yeah, mom did that for me. I want to show you Abram's costume. So he is going to be an Odd Squad agent. Decided that yesterday. So pretty much in the thrift store, I was like, we've got to find it now. So I needed a white button-up shirt. I needed a navy blazer, which that's a tall order in a thrift store, in your kid's size. I needed navy, like dress pants, and I needed a red tie. So let me show you what I came up with. All right, so here is his costume. We haven't tried it on yet. So this obviously is not a blazer. It's actually just a button-up shirt, but it is in, I guess, the size above his, and I think that will work fine, and it'll be, you know, a little bit bigger. The shirt actually I think is a girl's shirt. If you look here, like that detailing to me looks like a girl's shirt, but it's gonna be covered up. So it really doesn't matter. And it's not a button down, it's just a 3-button. But I mean, he doesn't care. I don't care. The navies don't match up perfectly. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. You can't really tell on camera here. They don't match up perfectly, but it's not a big enough difference to really sweat it. I don't know what shoes he's gonna wear. I'll have to figure that out. But the tie is kind of interesting. This is not what I was planning on. They didn't have a tie that color, but we went into their Christmas area and they had this large, I guess it would be a tablecloth. It's kind of got a scalloped edge on it. And I thought that's the perfect bright color of red. So I brought it home, washed everything. And then when we were over helping my dad today, my dad has a huge collection of neckties. And I said, do you have a bright red? And I just knew he wouldn't. And he came out with this one. It does have some texture on it. Again, don't care. This is a last minute costume and I think that he will be pleased with it. It is gonna be like really, really long. So I think if the shirt is buttoned like this, then I can just tuck the tie into his pants. And if not, we should be able to, you know, use a safety pin and just kind of make it the length that it needs to be. Again, it's fine. I'm not really worried about it. I'm so low maintenance when it comes to costumes. A lot of our costumes have been very simple over the years. We've done Charlie Brown and we just had a cute little onesie. We used pants and shoes that I think he already had. And then we drew a little like curlicue on his head and then did jack-o'-lantern face on the back, like whenever Charlie Brown is like the model for Lucy. And then his second year, he was Forrest Gump. We used clothes that he already had. I think I thrifted or found him Once Upon a Child, the shirt that he wore. And then we had the hat custom made by a friend who does what is that called? Like a Cricut machine. We had my friend who does things like that. She made his little Forrest Gump hat. And then last year, he found a tractor costume at our local thrift store for like $3, and it was just one that you literally strap over you. We've since donated it, which I actually regret doing. I hate when that happens, but I was like, we're never gonna use this again. We don't need it. And then we donated it, and I kind of regret that one. But anyway, it was a super cute costume. We put him in like overalls or jeans that he already had. Once again, put him in a John Deere hat that he already had. Are you sensing a trend here? And then last year he was a stormtrooper, and I actually did include the video of that DIY, so I'll link that down below. So this year I guess we're gonna be an Odd Squad agent. I don't know what to do for his badge. I thought about drawing it up. I thought about printing it. I might just go in there and draw it. I've got a little bit of time. The house smells amazing because it smells like those bars, so it smells like butter and butterscotch and just very sweet. I I am pleased that while I was at my mom's, I got all of the decorating done. So we got all of the tables set up, tablecloths. I bought her these cute little napkins, so I set those out. And then the theme, of course, is like Halloween, but it's usually the Great Pumpkin themed. We all love peanuts. So I set everything up kind of to reflect that. The center of the table is this little Snoopy Dracula that I found thrifting a few years ago. I think that it is so cute. And then my mom's friend had these cute little figurines, and so I set those up, and I think it's just gonna be a really fun time. I made a playlist for tonight, and it just has a mixture of like Vince Guaraldi Peanuts music. It also has like scary songs like Thriller and I Always Feel Like Someone's Watching Me and Monster Mash and Flying Purple People Eater, stuff like that. And then it's also got just some like acoustic fall music. So it's a very eclectic mix, but I think it'll be good. So I guess I'm gonna get ready and then figure out Abram's badge situation. All right, so it's gonna be cold. This is what I have come up with for my like phase 1 outfit before it gets real cold. So I'm wearing this like checked black and white shirt with a white shirt under it. These jeans are lined. They are like really thick. And then I have socks on with boots. Andy is a ballerina and a quite cute one, I must say. And I also have my candy corn earrings on because why not? If you're gonna wear them, it needs to be to a pumpkin carving party. So it is time for us to get packed up. I am going to assemble the little treat tin and get a warm change of clothes for everybody. I have my Sherpa that I will put on later in the evening because this is probably the warmest thing I own, but I need to get some clothes for when they change out of their costumes. Get a picture of what the design is supposed to look like too. You can pan over here.
It's not terrible. Show it to Kelly.
Oh, that looks great. I love it. No, I didn't actually.
Just from all that good drawing. It would be like you don't want to see it go to waste. Yeah.
Hello squad, today is Sunday and we just got home from going to a corn maze with our church. We had a wonderful time and I just wanted to kind of recap the pumpkin carving party. It's always just such an enjoyable time. We get to spend, eating good food, spending time with people that we love. I think the kids' costumes turned out so cute, and the goal for me usually with costumes is to have something that they really want to be, but have it be really budget friendly, and we did that, so I feel like we accomplished our goal. Abram at first was not very happy with his badge. When he got up from nap, he looked at it and said, I wanted a real badge. And I kindly told him that when you decide your costume the day before Halloween, you can't be choosy. And by the time I got all finished outlining it, coloring it, it actually did turn out pretty decent. So I think that really, it was a win for me. I had mentioned that I was planning on making 3 desserts to go in my Halloween tin. And through the process of the day and the long list of things that I had to do, I just realized that that 3rd dessert was not going to get made. They are monster cookies. They have to set in the fridge for a while so that when you bake them, they don't just like spread out. They are largely peanut butter. That's like the main ingredient. I made them in another video earlier this month and I will link that down below. But they just spread out everywhere. And so I'm looking at the clock and I realized I just don't have time. So I think the older I'm getting, I'm just learning to say it'll be okay and not get so upset when my expectations don't really happen. But sometimes that is just life. Sometimes it is unexpected. Things don't really go the way that you planned. And even sometimes it can be really small things that throw us off, like not getting to make cookies. Hi, it's okay. The other small thing that happened was I realized that those 7-layer bars were not going to cool fast enough for me to be able to cut them and put them in the tin. So I either had to decide to leave them in the baking dish, or I had to cut them and then have melted chocolate everywhere, and it would just be a horrible mess, and we were already kind of pushed for time. So I decided to let it go, and in my mind I was thinking, well, this is not my dish that has a plastic cover that goes on it, and so it's not going to be as nice to transport. Be careful. This is a dish that I actually rarely use because I reach for the one with the plastic cover more. But I actually kind of forgot about it, and I forgot how nice that little wicker carrying thing is. And I just threw a piece of plastic wrap over the top, and I actually think that I will get back to using that pan now. So, you know, it all worked out, and it's so funny to think that I could have gotten upset over either of those things, but sometimes it is the little things that just push us over the edge. And by letting go and saying, I don't have time to make these cookies, and my presentation is going to look a little bit different, it was fine. But anyway, all that to say, it was a wonderful event, a wonderful evening. I still look forward to it every year, and I'm so glad that I get to share it with my kids. All right, you guys, and with that, that concludes Vlogtober. So thank you guys for tracking along with me this month. I think we have had maybe 18 videos. So if you have watched those, thank you, I appreciate it. I will still be making content throughout November, throughout December, and then going into next year. It just won't be things that come out every single day. So as we get closer to December, I'll kind of talk about my plan and my approach for my channel through the month of Christmas. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope that you are having a wonderful week, and I will be talking to you soon.